Hey everybody, Commander Santa here, and before we begin the episode, I wanted to make a few housekeeping and announcements. So, I know it's been a while since I've done a Buffalo Valley episode. My channel's been a little bit quiet lately, so I just wanted to say I'm finally having some more free time. I've been a little bit busy with work, sending me on a lot of travel and stuff. I just couldn't be home to even work on anything, so... but yeah, I should have a lot more free time now to actually work on this stuff. So I definitely want to get back into more of a schedule. I do want to also start live streaming at least like once every other week or something, just to do that, and possibly up to once a week, which would be pretty cool. Definitely working on either whatever I'm working on with Planet Coaster or possibly some other games too. The end of this year and the beginning of next year, I definitely want to work on my channel a lot more. That said, I do want to definitely spend some time and learn a lot more about like video editing and kind of almost graphics creation. So I've been playing a lot with the Adobe After Effects and stuff. So I definitely want to add a little bit more production value to my videos and definitely play around with Photoshop a lot more and kind of improve my channel look a little bit. So don't be alarmed if you see any drastic changes to the way my channel looks or the way videos are going to start might be looking different, so everything's fine. Things are just going to start changing a little bit, just letting you know. And I will definitely appreciate feedback along the way too. So Buffalo Valley might become my little guinea pig for that kind of thing. So because I have a lot of secret projects that I hope to get going pretty soon. Anyways, so that said, let's definitely get in the episode. So
under your wing, everything is alright. Nothing ever will be quite the same. And I wouldn't say that it's been a hard time. With you it's always easy as can be.
Hey everyone, Commander Santa here, and welcome back to another episode of Buffalo Valley. So, one thing before we start, I think I have allergies, so I apologize if I sound a little bit more nasally than usual. Yeah, sorry. I'm fairly certain it's allergies, and I don't think it's a cold, but we'll see. Anyways, I know it's been a while, so we're just going to get right into it. So, yeah, here we are, Buffalo Valley. I did a few things. I've been working on a few things since I kind of stopped working on it for a while. I mean, like, since I stopped making videos, there's been a few things I've been working on for pretty much a good amount of time, but you can probably see two things right now. But I'm not going to start with that because reasons. I'm actually going to start with this over here. So one of the things that is currently the thing in Western New York is, you know, it's fall, so cider mills. So I kind of want to make a cider mill. So I kind of made the building itself, and it originally was over by the river rapids, and I didn't really like where it was because it's a little bit too big, and it was blocking a lot of sections and areas and stuff. So this is the point where I stopped working on it and moved it out of the way. But I kind of like it over here. I'm thinking maybe have some sort of hangout spot here. I might actually work it into another area. I might actually go over here as well. I'm not sure yet. But how it's kind of set up is there's like going to be an entryway here. I'm thinking it's going to be like a cider mill and also kind of a restaurant. So like up here would be the restaurant area. Down here would be, I don't know, the entrance to it. And over here is going to be just kind of like a counter service, kind of maybe just, I don't know, whatever counter service I want to put into it. It's just probably going to be burgers or whatever, but it's not actually going to be burgers. It would be more of like, I don't know, probably just quick like apple cider or beer or something. I don't know. Aside from that, there would just be, I would be having here, let me just move this actually over here, just so we can see it. Back here would just be like almost like I'm thinking maybe making this like a patio area, just some outside seating for the restaurant itself. It would be a pretty, I feel this would be a pretty cool restaurant, pretty nice place. I found the cider mill online. I forget exactly what it was called, but I've been kind of like mixing two different cider mills together on top of like this one that I found online, and there was like a few other parts I'm going to add to it, of a couple mills around where I live, and it's going to look pretty cool, I think. I actually so I recently updated my computer with I'm up to 32 gigabytes of RAM now, and I haven't gotten the advanced move crash since, but I was working on this with the advanced move with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I did get the advanced move crash. So this actually looks a little bit different than I was working on because it crashed on me, and I only lost a little bit, but still, Planet Coaster welcomed me back in the usual fashion. But I have to say, ever since upgrading, I have not gotten that much issues. But I know they're releasing an update soon with what is it, that crash tool, so they can get actual bug reports and stuff, get actual like crash logs of what happens. But yeah, so cider mill. Not sure where I'm going to put it. Feel free to, I don't know, recommend places to put it or additions. But yeah, that was actually going to get me back into the building feel, because I was a little rusty with building at that point. But yeah, so aside from that, I was actually working on like this section over here, kind of just making it into something else. We're not going to talk about that yet. But I had this cool little ride. I figured this would be kind of a cool spot for it. I still need to decorate it, just kind of laying out where I wanted it. But yeah, I still need to finagle this path a little bit, just with where this roller coaster is. But yeah, I guess I could talk about the roller coaster now. So I added I've been trying to find some roller coaster to put over here, just because this little section is, I didn't really like what was there already, and my paths were getting a little bit too big and bulky right here, and I was not happy about it. So I just wanted to try and put a roller coaster over here, and we just have a complete lack of roller coasters aside from my mountain coaster, the flying coaster, the swinging coaster over here, and the boomerang. But so I originally had an arrow coaster, almost in the style of, oh god, I don't remember what it's called. It's the one basic arrow coaster at Cedar Point, whatever. But it was a little bit too big, and I didn't really, because I kind of had it going over this section, I just wanted something to like integrate almost with the path system, and that you can actually see it, and it's not a roller coaster that's hidden in the middle of nowhere. Because, you know, when I started Buffalo Valley, I wasn't really, this park's more of a fantasy park. It's not super realistic, but I do have realism in mind when I'm doing stuff, and I've almost adjusted to become a more realistic style park as this park's kind of evolved. But it's still a fantasy park in my mind. It's not, if I was to do this over and do a realistic park, a lot of this would be different. Like, I would not be doing what I did here. I would not make these roller coasters going into the middle of nowhere, have like this train that takes like 20,000 years to get back over here. So yeah, but I mean, you can kind of tell where I started like focusing on realism a little bit more. I mean, like it's definitely, this park could definitely become a realistic park, but it's a little bit too late for that. It's way too late for that, but maybe Buffalo Valley too, who knows. Anyways, yeah, so this roller coaster is kind of cool. I'm still trying to figure out what to do if I wanted like a little transfer track area over here, but yeah, I did this pretty much almost custom. I think the only two inversions that I used with the standard inversions that come with it is this half loop here and this 0G roll thing. Everything else is pretty much handcrafted. I was originally inspired almost by Darien Lake by me has a new Eurofighter. They call it Tantrum, and I actually built one to look almost exactly like that, but it just didn't fit well, and it's actually over there. But then I kind of just didn't like the way it looked, so I kind of just started doing my own thing and just kind of seeing what was cool. I definitely used what Mineral Junction did in Jubilee Gardens a little bit as inspiration, because I kind of liked those. Because he definitely did a lot of research on that, and yeah, I did as much research as I could, just on what kind of inversions they do, and trying to figure out what would fit. And I wanted a good like interaction with like the just kind of the path system and the queue. I wanted the queue to interact really well. But yeah, so you go up here, you drop, half loop, gonna roll out. It's kind of cool. You kind of go really close under the station here and kind of up and over. It's very visible from lots of areas. And I wanted it to be kind of close to the path a little bit. Up and over. It's pretty simple. And then back here, you know, you kind of slow down, do a little helix, and then out and into the back to the brake run. So nothing too spectacular, but it's something simple, something that would make sense to be here, you know. And it's like close enough to the family part of the park where, you know, this is definitely could be a family-ish ride if like you had a family that likes inversions. I would call it a family ride. I'm probably a little bit more family-friendly than the Boomerang. I don't even know. Because we don't really have like crazy super thrill rides here. I do want to possibly get one of those. Some like crazy intense roller coaster. We definitely need one of those. But yeah, this is definitely more of like a family-friendly part of the park. There's an autosave. And see, it didn't crash an autosave, but whatever. Yeah, so I am pretty satisfied with this. Next up for me, I'm going to I might redo part of the queue. I'm not entirely sure if I like the way it's sitting right here, but I like where this sits because this is kind of fun. You kind of build the suspense as you're standing in this little area. I'm definitely going to make this where they can rope it off, and if they don't have a lot of people here, they can just like go across this section right here. You can see my pointer, right? Yeah, okay. And yeah, I don't know. Now then I have to do the station and some queue covers. I do have to support a few different sections. I might custom support some of this. I think this back here needs a little bit more support because I don't like where this is sitting. And if I do a transfer track and like a coaster house or whatever, or coaster train house, whatever, it's going to need to move out of the way. But yeah, definitely integrate it. I need to throw the Buffalo Valley feel over to this side. And then I was kind of thinking I need to bring this railroad track up and over to here somewhere. I have to link it back up with this because I had to delete it because it was kind of in the way. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I'm pretty much going to get this out because right after this, I'm going to get back to work on Jubilee Gardens because at this point, Kinderly should be done working on the roller coaster that Rubel did, if you were following along at that point. If you haven't watched Jubilee Gardens, make sure you watch Jubilee Gardens. And yeah, we are... Oh, I also made this. This right here. It's lockers and changing rooms. I kind of saw this... it looked kind of like this. It was I was doing a walkthrough of Dollywood because Dollywood kind of almost has the feel of what I was getting over here. And I kind of like that. I need to work in the lockers a little bit, but the changing rooms, they're just kind of restrooms, but so people actually go in and out of them. But this was originally like right here, but it was kind of awkward and didn't really fit really well. Yeah, of course it'll fit there, but I don't even know if I like it there. But I definitely wanted to keep it close to this area. And having some changing rooms might make me do like possibly another like water-ish style ride or something over here. But I don't know. We'll see. It's all up in the air as usual. You know, I just kind of do things on the fly. And yeah, I think in this little center plaza here, I'm definitely going to have probably another like restaurant or a few like counter services or whatever. And then like a section just to like sit and eat with some tables and chairs and umbrellas and stuff. Just because I don't want anything big because I really like this image right here. This image is pretty much like no matter where you're sitting, it's like, oh wow, that's cool, I want to go on that, you know? So I'm trying my best not to block it because it's freaking rad. But yeah, I'm definitely working on the sight lines a little bit more, trying to keep things kind of cool because it's like that's kind of cool when you come up with that. And you know, I kind of when you get the exit of the ride here, I want you to exit out to the plaza and then kind of force the people into like, hey, look, food, I can buy food here. Because that's exactly what a theme park would do. You just kind of funnel people into spending more money, which is the best thing ever. But yeah, so definitely going to be back to doing this. So anything else? I don't think I have anything else. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll be doing more of these, more recent, as the winter is coming in where I live in Western New York. So once that hits, I will have a lot more time to work on this stuff because I've just been busy with my house and stuff. And work has me traveling a lot too recently. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.